most of the time.
Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Oh yeah.
We got the man, the myth, the legend, the man that's leading Titan Medical, a company that is out there helping people optimize their health and teaching them the right way to use peptides and HRT.
That's right.
We are here every Tuesday. John gives his time for my, 14 million fans worldwide with all social media, a good insight to how to do this and optimize.
Mhm.
And it was an interesting discussion I was just watching, and you got something that's much better than, I guess, the first original cut your appetite, drop the body weight. There were
Yep.
so many things that we have something now that doesn't have the side effects, that helps you do stuff, and so much so that it is taken over Gold's Gym Venice. Anybody that's in there, it's funny how fast that just goes right through that area or the bodybuilding, health, and fitness world. These guys are all. Can you kind of talk about when you do curb the appetite a little bit, but the extra stuff that has it with the GLP that allows you to retain muscle, burn that fat, utilize the carbohydrates.
Mhm.
You lead us into this, my friend.
Yeah. So before there was GLP-1s, GLP-2s, we're talking about sema and tirzepatide. Now there's a new one called retatrutide. So Reta is the new big bad boy on the block. It's a GLP-3. So three different things to help you lose weight as far as that goes that are going to be happening in the body. One, I mean, it's gonna optimize the way that your pancreas is working, the way that insulin's released in your body. This is a big thing because a lot of people have insulin resistance right now. They don't know what to do with it. This will reverse insulin resistance. A lot of people are pre-diabetic, don't even know it, higher sugar levels all day long. And at that point, that's going to do a couple different things for you if those levels stay like that. One, your GRO and your hunger hormone is going to be hungry all day long. So you're going to be hungry all day long. Insulin resistance, you're going to start piling up body fat and belly fat, and then you're just not going to feel good, start deteriorating. Well, GLP-3, Reta, comes in and saves a day. One, it does help curb the appetite a little bit, but it really does optimize the way that the body works, right? And this is when we start talking about the pancreas from releasing insulin when it needs to, and really optimizing the body all the way around. And this can do wonders. Insulin is one of the most anabolic things in your body too, as well, right? So at that point, like you want to make sure that insulin is working properly in the body. I mean, it's a big thing. So with this curbing the appetite, slowing down digestion just a little bit, and helping retain the muscle. That was the big thing with Reta that was different than the other two. The other two were great with losing weight. But what a lot of people would complain about was, yeah, I lost a lot of weight, but I lost a lot of lean muscle mass with that. And that's not a good thing. We want to try to retain lean muscle. That's one of the hardest things to put on the body. Fat's a lot easier to burn off and take off, but lean muscle is a lot harder to put back on the body. So with this, you're getting the best of all worlds with Reta. You can microdose this if you're not trying to lose a whole bunch of weight, or if you are trying to lose weight and really, really trim up, this is going to get you there. And it's going to get you there pretty substantially quicker, and it works better than the other two. So in weight loss and the comparisons and the trials, Reta kicked the crap out of tirzepatide and semaglutide. And all those patients retain more lean muscle mass. So that's a big one, right? And that's what everybody's going to be looking for. There's a couple other that I think they have in phase 2 and 3 right now that are literally going to help you build muscle, and you're not even going to have to do anything. So it's kind of weird how this is going to go down, I guess. Like, I mean, people are going to get healthier by taking Reta, microdosing Reta if they want to stay on it like that. But, I mean, I still go for people if they really want better results, they get into the healthy lifestyle kick. I don't want to leave that out because, with these GLPs and these new medications that are dropping, it's pretty easy for people to really neglect what they really need to do because they're getting results in these ways and not having to put in any work or any change. So I do want to focus on that too as well, where you should be focusing on doing the right thing. And these are tools, and using these tools to help you be better. And if you do eat better and you drink water and your activity levels up and you're sleeping better, you're going to feel better all the way around, not just losing weight. But Retta will do the trick. If you want to lose a lot of weight, it's going to do the trick. If you want to lose a little weight, it's going to do the trick. So, it's really dependent on the person though, like, what their lifestyle's like, there's hardly any contraindications with these medications, which are great, right? Because most medications like this that were, pre-GLPs were stimulants. Phentermine, fetrometrazine, like these were some of the most common weight loss medications prescribed. And these only were appetite suppressants. They weren't for really weight loss. So at that point, it's been a lot healthier as far as the weight loss therapies that are offered. And I think that people can use them, and a lot more people are using them. That's the thing. I would say it's getting about 6 out of 10 people are on GLPs now, and that number is rising because of other potential health benefits. I know a lot of people online. I get both. I see both aspects. Some people are like, this is totally unhealthy for you. This does all these negative things. I just am not with this. You have some people that they just haven't, I think, learned or read the data to really understand or to really comprehend like what these drugs really do and how they can really help. And then you have the other side that they utilize them and think these things are the best thing since, sliced bread. So at that point, like, I think there's a middle median where people can really come together and say, listen, these are great for people that are really overweight, that need some sort of option and have tried all the rest of the options. And at that point, I think they could work for them. Obviously, bodybuilders, fitness enthusiasts, and everybody else is on this drug too as well. And this hasn't even came out like commercially yet, right? And when it does, it's really gonna pop. It's really, really gonna pop. So you can get on this train now, especially for New Year's, right? These resolutions are out there. People want to lose a lot of weight. We offer Retta. And at that point, a lot of patients we have on it have lost a lot of weight, including my wife. 21 pounds, and I think it was like 65 days, 0 times to the gym, and 0 diet change. And I don't like to say that, but it's true. It really is true. And she's like 117 pounds right now. Couldn't believe it. I mean, she's lost a good amount of weight for sure.
Question. I'll go the harsh reality of it. People do get in shape, and I know it's a visual thing, and I think that's great. And I also, the reality of it is that's 90% of society wants to do it that way.
Right.
And so what kind of, besides being ignorant to what the studies have shown, what kind of complaints could they make that it's unhealthy?
So some people will say, well, it cause stomach paralysis, right? It can cause pancreatitis. Some people, they're losing hair from it. There's a multitude of different things that I've heard people complain about. Obviously, listen, with any drug, and especially FDA approved drugs, you are going to get all the side effects that happen during the trials. If it happened to one person, they have to list it on the negative side effects. Most of people tolerate them very well. With the first two, with sema and tirzepatide, the main complaints I would hear from patients would be nausea. But we would give something for that so patients wouldn't have that were on it with us. But when I hear a lot of these influencers or doctors or wherever it is, most of the time they're saying, well, people are losing too much weight too quick. It could cause, like I said, pancreatitis, stomach paralysis, it can make people blind, I've heard, and like all these different things. I haven't seen too many of this. And obviously I haven't seen any of our patients through 4 years or so have been taking these drugs with no problems or no negative side effects. I think the problem is that a lot of patients that do get these negative side effects take too much because it's such a minute dose that you really need to take. But you have a lot of practitioners that go by what the normal pharmaceutical doses are. And sometimes those are way too high for somebody to start out as. So that would be the big one. You don't need a lot. You need very minimal amount of this medication. And if you take too much, negative side effects are going to happen just like anything else through and through. So if you take too much, yeah, you're going to feel real nauseous. You're going to get real nauseous and you're probably not going to feel that good. But if you take the right dose, you're probably not going to have any problems.
Hey guys, go for it, Jeffrey.
So some of the basic side effects that we see: nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, decreased appetite, fatigue.
Yep.
Okay. So it's
That's
just
what I'm
basic.
saying. It's basic. I mean, you're going to want to lose your appetite. So that's what a lot of people need to do. And then at that point, some people will get nauseous on it and stuff like that. But if they're getting it like through Titan, they're never going to get nauseous because we send something right along with it so they don't get nauseous. So they're not going to have that effect. But the vomit, and we haven't had any patients vomit or anything like that. Diarrhea, that's the most common side effect with any medication or anything out there. So that's not really a big one either. I don't see a lot of patients having that. And if they do, Imodium is probably going to be your best bet.
The only thing I can think of is, again, I think Titan, well, I know Titan Medical and I have the same standard on belief that anything that you can get from Titan Medical, I still believe, and we
Yes.
as a team believe, please continue to try to eat the best you can and try to train, because I get that you visually want to look a certain way, but like so many incredible athletes, and I'll jump over to the health and fitness world, they're so focused on looking a certain way that they don't realize everything has its consequences. Everything can be great. A squat can be great. Working out can be great. But if done incorrectly, no matter what you do, can harm you. So train smart, eat correctly, utilize what Titan Medical can give to you today, but stay in the gym. Don't just get so focused on looking good that you're not taking care of your body with the bone density and retaining your muscle and range of motion and all the things that you have to do physically for yourself, and not just rely on one aspect. So I know it's like we're getting into this futuristic world, the Mach-C, where you're burning extra.
Yep.
And we'll go into that right now, but it's like I can't fathom what it will be like for Titan in 20 years. Where
crazy,
and I'm hoping my discipline and teaching him these basic things of eating right and training, he'll continue that. But I can't fathom how much human genetics and the potential of walking around in shape, where a Michael Hearn Mr. Universe physique would be a common Joe. I mean, that so could be that life in 20 years. And so that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But just make sure that everything is working right, everything you're doing right. Titan Medical is here to help you. But jump into like Mach-C is another one, AOD is another one. And you've got this incredible mental control of food intake now.
Yep.
And now you have a plethora of things that you can help cut that fat.
Oh yeah. So I mean, when we talk about Mach-C, like exercise in a bottle, that's what they call it. I mean, that thing is going to ignite the mitochondria. It's going to ignite energy and powerhouse in your system. I mean, at that point, like, it's going to start revving up your metabolic rate, and you're going to start burning fat, right? And then you have AOD. AOD is another big one. It's 191 amino acid sequence of growth hormone, and at that point, all it's going to concentrate on is getting that body fat that's stored and start unleashing it to start utilizing it as energy. And then not storing fat in the body too as well. That's another big one. So when you're utilizing those two alone, I mean, one of them is great, right? But Mach-C, I mean, with the mitochondria effect, I mean, that's a big one. And if you can combine those two, or even get the Titan Transformation Stack, which is AOD, Mach-C, Tesamorelin, and Ipamorelin, I mean, you're really on your way. And that is one I would really pair with any of these GLPs. The reason I would pair it with these GLPs is, one, you're going to get rid of body fat real quick. You're going to feel a lot more energy too as well with the Mach-C and feeling better there. And then you've got Tesamorelin, which is going to attack the visceral body fat too as well. And it's going to raise growth hormone levels with Ipamorelin. I mean, your recovery is going to be better, anti-aging is going to be better, the sleep patterns should be better, and overall quality of life should improve, along with expedited fat burning and you trimming up and really looking lean. So, I mean, it combats anything else. Even if you were to take a GLP-1 or two, like sema or tirzepatide, and you were going to take something to counterbalance the muscle wasting or cannibalism of the muscle. And at that point, you would save yourself some sparing lean mass by taking one of these along with it. It's another great thing to do. When we talk about osteoporosis too, so I heard you say that, like osteoporosis could happen to a woman in menopause. She doesn't take anything, right? That's what happens. And that's usually because hormones are starting to be deficient. But if a woman or a male was on testosterone replacement therapy, that's out the door. You don't have to worry about osteoporosis. So at that point, it's everybody's different. Everybody's regimen might be different because the things they're taking or not taking. So, it's really in your benefit to set up a consultation with Type Medical Center, go to the provider, talk about these things that might help you. What are the benefits, pros and cons, right? Because there's pros and cons with anything that you do. And, you counterbalance and you balance out those things and say, listen, what's going to be really best for me and what's going to work the best without minimal or no side effects.
Yeah, you laid it out there. I can't think of many side effects or a life less optimized than if you're on a good regimen from Titan Medical for what you need, the individual.
Right.
You're eating to your best ability, regardless, and then you're training 3 times a week.
Right.
3 times a week is great. You guys, if you're just out here and you're going through life and stuff, 3 times a week is great, guys. It really is if you're doing it right. You don't need to be a psycho like me and go 7 days a week, or actually, 14 days, because we do 2. So you don't need to be a knucklehead like me. But if you are, then what can help you recover would be a great thing, and Titan Medical has a lot. And I know the Hercules Potion right here, this guy's question, is one of those things that can help you retain and recover quicker. And also, like you said, your blend.
Mm-hmm.
The factors of the IGF, go for it. Talk about recovery.
You're talking about the blend, or you're talking about Hercules Potion?
Everything recovery wise.
Sure. So I mean, Hercules Potion.
The world of natural bodybuilding compared to chemically enhanced. It's like, well, you got to train really smart and play a game of chess if you're not chemically enhanced. Where if you're chemically enhanced, you could go crazy,
right?
Because of the recovery. But
right.
Now the person that's not chemically enhanced has so many options for incredible recovery.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to go the route of HRT at this age, and I recommend, again, if you guys are in your 20s and stuff, don't be one of these idiot bodybuilders that goes out and gets on gas, because first off, you don't know where your T level's at. You didn't do any blood work. You're just doing it because you assume everybody's doing it. Every Hollywood actor that's in shape now has to be doing it. They're optimizing their health with peptides now. You guys don't get the understanding that the stuff that's available is a different level.
Definitely.
Sorry about that, but
don't apologize. So it's funny that you bring this up, and I'll go over this in a second, but there's a guy, and I'll send you his thing. His name is Clavicle, and he's an influencer. This guy's a joke. This guy's talking about he was on steroids at 14 years old. Joke. Right? Saying he takes crystal meth every day for his stimulant to stay lean. He's telling kids this. So I would say don't listen to those guys for sure. Especially at 14, you don't need to get on no tests. Now listen, if you're 20 years old, and there are cases out there, like really, really minute cases of people that need these things at a really young age, but most people don't. So Hercules Potion. This is something a natural bodybuilder, a natural athlete, a natural person, or anybody that's enhanced, or anybody in general can utilize and get a lot of benefit from. Hercules Potion has 9 different ingredients. glutamine, arginine, ornithine, lysine, L-citrulline, proline, taurine, NAC, and L-carnitine. So with these, there's a lot of different benefits you get. First and foremost, the instant gratification, because everybody wants it now. The first thing that you'll feel from Hercules Potion off the first injection and every injection that you take going forth would be the vasodilation and the pump. That's the first thing I can tell with somebody. So 1 or 2 sets, you should definitely be getting lit up by a Christmas tree if you're vascular, and you should be definitely getting a pump, and that pump should last. If you're in there, you do, let's say, 3 sets of arms, it should probably last about 4 to 6 hours walking out. Just depends, right? But even if you were losing it, I guess, a little bit, and you went down and you did 50 push-ups that day, it would go back. But every time that I utilize it, I can go during the day and most of the day, and I'm still straight and I'm pretty jacked and pumped. So those are the instant gratification. That and the ornithine. Ornithine is an anti-fatigue amino acid. So doing the workout with Hercules, most people are like, man, I feel like I could keep going. And that's where the ornithine really comes into play. And the more that you can keep going, per se, is the more you're putting in. So hopefully you'll be getting that out as a result too as well. I'm not saying to overtrain, but hey, listen, if you can get another set in, or you maybe can do some cardio that you need, or something like that, or some sort of eye-hand coordination exercise, anything to that effect, you're getting more benefit out than you would before. When we start talking about like glutamine, that's in every recovery powder out there in the market, right? It's an amino acid your body needs for recovery. So that's in there. NAC is great for liver functions. Proline is great for collagen in the body too, as well. And then you have NAC, which is, I just said that, for liver functions. You've got L-carnitine, which is great for blood flow, nervous system, and muscle building. Glutamine, arginine, lysine, proline. Yeah, and that's it. Citrulline's in there. I mean, ornithine. That's the best.
Going to your blend that also has the IG stimulation, and again, peptides are kicking your own body into gear for it to already do what it does. And I think people don't realize that. I think a lot of people think that when you say the word peptide, they think, oh, this is the new thing. And what it does is it replaces what your body does.
Right.
And it doesn't replace it.
No.
It's not like TRT. It's a complete kick in the ass.
Yep. So it's just going to initially, it's going to stimulate whatever factor that is, right? So when we talk about the Titan Transformation Blend, and that's the big daddy, I think, out of everything we have, I think it's the best blend comprehensively and has the best effects, right? And this is the one I put Billy on. So, and he says he liked it. So I got to talk to him about that. But, so
we're going to have an issue then, because I want him to be on complete placebos. I want nothing beneficial going to Billy. You just tell him that he's on it, but do not. No, oh man,
some backwater.
Man, this guy's already a freak of nature. Now he's going to be on this. And talking about your blend, there's some guys I really respect in the industry that's out there that have their doctorates and they have their degrees and everything, but they're also world record holders. So they got the fold, and they all, from Chris Duffin over to others, Matt Wenning and stuff, all talk about your blend and how it is the pinnacle of this. And so just props from me to you and the company that you're doing and being the leader of this to bring this to the forefront.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, when you combine these things, like I said, one of these things is great. When you combine 4 of these things in one injection, it's a winner. It's a winner because the effects you get, and it's a winner because you only have to do one injection, get all 4. Yeah. So, when we talk about AOD, like I said, that's a game changer in itself for weight loss, staying lean, making sure everything's going good, natural, right, to the body to do this. And then we talk about MOTS-c, which is another big one. I mean, I've been really hitting on mitochondria health lately, obviously on these lives with you, talking about SS31, MOTS-c, and a couple other ones. It's a game changer. I mean, when you can really rev up metabolic rate and health and actually stimulate the body even more to burn, that's awesome. And I mean, unleashing the storage fat in the body, I mean, that's another big aspect of things. So those 2 alone. Tesamorelin, it's an OG shot caller by itself. when you're revving up the natural pituitary production of growth hormone, and at that point, being able to attack visceral belly fat. There's nothing else out there, or there's a couple other like HIV drugs I think that just attack visceral belly fat, but don't raise growth hormone levels. This actually attacks visceral belly fat and raises growth hormone levels, which is awesome. I mean, it's a killer. And then ipamorelin, I mean, just to back it up and stimulate even more. And some people, they're like, well, how does this really work? How do these things work? Right. And what happens is there's a pulse that goes in the pituitary, and this pulse just hits. And what this does is increases the pulse and the times of the pulse hitting. And that's how it stimulates the pituitary to work. Because I get that question all the time. Like, how does this work? This is growth hormone. This is not growth hormone. Growth hormone is synthetic, and you inject that in the body. Before, back in the day, in the 80s, they would get it from cadavers. Now it's synthetic. So at that point, you put in the body, you have exogenous growth hormone already at that point. So then that'll convert. It won't hit the pituitary. It just converts to the liver, and that's how IGF-1 is made. And IGF-1 is where you get all the benefits from growth hormone or growth hormone stimulation. So that's one of the biggest blood tests, I would say, beyond free and total and estrogen and progesterone and those. IGF-1 is another big one that a lot of people need to check.
All right. So just FYI for you guys all, Hercules Potion, make sure you check that out. Again, this is something I recommend. This is something my team recommends too. And if you have a lagging body part, it's one of those things that's going to help your lagging body part. Mm-hmm. So you want to be balanced. You want to be, mostly if you're young and you already have a imbalance, try to fix that. And Hercules Potions is one of those go-to, but also just helps better workout, better recovery all the way around.
The other thing I would say that it's really good for, and if you don't have this, you better get a bottle of Hercules Potion. And if you're missing this with maybe a body part that's been injured, this will help get it back. The mind to muscle connection. If you don't know what it is, find out. You need to really work and get that mind to muscle connection, because that's when you really start making the leaps and bounds in your results. Because you can actually, I don't know, it's really weird. You're on the same page with the muscle at that point. You feel the blood going in there. You feel the pump in there. It's a connection that you need. And sometimes, well, if you're a beginner or amateur or newbie, you probably don't have that. And that's something that you need to develop. If you're an old schooler or maybe you've been injured, sometimes you lose that signaling because of maybe nerves or whatever it may be. And at that point, that's when really, the injuries or whatever it may be, you need to get that back. And this is one thing that will help stimulate that for sure.
All right, let's go for another question here.
Mike, I'm feeling pain in my right hand between my index finger and the middle finger. How do you continue to train with pain in your hand? Pain in the hand. Well, I would definitely use some healing peptides. BPC, TB500, maybe even a recovery stack that has KPV in it, or GHK too. I mean, we have that glow and that glow package. But I mean, pain in between your index finger and your middle finger. In between? I mean, did you strain something? I don't know.
Right there.
Yeah,
That's
I'd get that checked.
for sure.
You don't want to have pain in the hands. That's going to shut down a lot of things.
What was he doing with those two fingers?
Yeah, what was he doing with those 2 fingers? Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. Well played, sir. Sorry about that, my friend. Well played, Jeffrey. As we're going down.
Hold on. Let me pull up this one.
Oh man. Also, just bought the Titan GHKCU today. Does this replace the collagen peptide powder, or should I do both? It's not going to hurt to do both, but that GHKCU is going to be a game changer for collagen and for overall skin, dude. It's going to be a great one. I mean, there is so many great results, even for hair. There's so many people that get so many different great results from GHKCU across the board. And I'm a big believer in GHKCU. I've been taking it for a while. And man, people tell me like, man, like, it looks like you're getting younger. And I'm like, get the hell out of here. Like, stop blowing smoke on my ass. But literally, like, I don't do Botox or anything like that. So, I mean, so far, so good. I mean, I'm only 44, but I know a lot of 44-year-olds that are doing a lot of Botox and a lot of different things for their skin. And I wash with Dial soap. So I was telling you guys that I think on the last one. I literally use Dial soap.
You
So
know, so high school, military school.
I'm so military school. The
Oh,
yellow
my
bar, baby. The yellow bar.
Right, where's the Ivory and the Old Spice? Come on now. Holy shit. I love it. Go for it.
I don't know if we kind of answered this or not. Well, I stepped away.
How about stacking Epithalon and Mot-C and most effective ways to take them if together? So Epithalon is something that you're only going to take for 2 times a year, right? You're going to take this for like 20 days straight. And at that point, you can take it with Mot-C if you really want to. I think we have a mix. I was talking to Mike about with GHKCU and Epithalon too. That might be a way to go. But if you were taking Mot-C and Epithalon, you would take those both in the morning. If you're going to take them together, they're going to be both in the morning. They could be in the same shot, or you can split them up. It's totally on you. But Epithalon, you're going to want to take, like I said, that's going to 20 days. And what that does is, for people out there that don't know, it lengthens telomeres. This is huge. So this is something that, telomeres basically they shorten as you age and get older. And when those things shorten down, genetic disease and onslaught happen in the body. So you want to extend these telomeres for as long as possible. And Epithalon is definitely the game changer for that. Mot-C, I mean, like we were just talking about before, it's the overall game changer. And that's something you could stay on for a while. So Mot-C is something that you can utilize for a long time, where Epithalon you're going to use for 20 days, boom, done. And then another 6 months, another 20 days, boom, done, and you're good for the year.
Love it. Keep it rolling, Jeffrey.
Yes. Hello, Johnny. Any peptides you recommend for vascularity? Currently on day 2 of my Titan Hexa MK. Ooh, that's a good stack. That's a good stack. Listen, what I would recommend is, it's not a peptide. Get Hercules Potion. Hercules Potion is going to increase vascularity. You inject that in your biceps, triceps, chest, shoulders, wherever you want, man. Girls, I got doing it in the glutes for a pump the rump type situation, or calves too. I mean, they want to walk the runway and want those calves to look good. So this is something that will definitely increase vascularity with the citrulline and the arginine. So I would definitely look at that. Otherwise, IGF-1, LR3 would be a good one if you're really going to want to increase vascularity, and that's got some other benefits too. But you're on Hexa and MK right now. That's just going to help with putting on a lot of muscle and bringing up that strength. And hopefully you're going to be sleeping better too as well. But that's a good stack. That's a real good stack.
Would you say incorporate some Cialis too?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, Mike's right on that. So I don't talk about it enough. But yeah, you could utilize Cialis, which if for us, you'd be utilizing a Superman. And Superman's tadalafil, which is the main active ingredient of Cialis. I can't technically say Cialis we sell because we don't sell the commercial blend. So it would be tadalafil, which is the same thing. And honestly, you could get the Ironmans, which is sildenafil and arginine, or you can get our Ultramans, which are sildenafil, which is the main active ingredient in Viagra, tadalafil, which is the main active ingredient in Cialis. And they threw a third one in there. It's called Amorous, and basically what that does is that increases dopamine levels in the body. It's a reward system, so it makes it actually more funner for you to have sex. So, or in the gym, whatever you're doing there, it just hits the dopamine signal, and at that point makes you happy. It's like a reward for the body.
It's already fun in the gym and in the bedroom. Yeah, all right, even more fun. All right,
that's what I'm saying. Full body workout every day, or chest day, back day, arm day, leg day? I don't like to work out a full body. I think that's a little bit too much on the body. And I'm a big muscle group type guy. I'll do the 2 where I know Mike won't. Where I'll do chest and back in one day. But think about this. If you were going to do chest, back, legs, arms, like shoulder. I mean, dude, you got a lot to do. Like, you're going to be in there for a long time. Even if you're going to do half an hour on each body part, you're still going to be in there for a while. And you're going to put so much stress on your body. And depending on how old you are, like, you're going to feel out the next day like you wouldn't believe. And I think it's counter active, intuitive, what you want to do. I think doing a chest day or a back day, and doing arm day together might be the best bet on leg day, I mean, and just separate like 3-1 or whatever you're going to do there, the split.
Yeah, I mean that's whatever you want to do. Go ahead and do it, my friend. If you want to do full body, or you want to do one body part, but just remember, like we talked at the start of this show, you're probably not going to do your taxes. You'll probably get somebody that specializes in taxes. You're not going to, invest in stock market unless you know a little something. I'm not sure why when it comes to fitness, it's just shits and giggles. You go in, do whatever you want, and it just makes sense. And it's like you're moving your body and you're doing stuff and effort. And as much positive you can do just as much negative.
Yep.
So, at the end of the day, for anybody here, just keep that in mind, because you're going to get a lot of people, and there's more and more people. It's funny. I've been in this long enough to see these people come out and go. They'll say a speech like it's brand new, and I'm like, yeah, I said that 30 years ago.
Regurgitated.
Yeah, it's like Chris Bumstead, I just came out and said that bodybuilding kind of messed up his body inside and his joints and ligaments and stuff. And I think that's what it kind of said. If it's not him, others have said this for decades, and we keep trying to tell you guys, be intelligent when you go in there and train. There's a reason why there's sets, there's reps, there's weight. So I'm here to help you, but just your basic bodies, like John said, man. If you're an athlete, sure, go and do full body. Titan right now does full body, but he's like doing power cleans with push-ups, with pull-ups, with squats, with split jumps so it's like, yeah, he's also 6.
Yeah.
So that energy,
bounce back so quick.
Right. And he's on a shitload of tren. So
We were live earlier, were we? When Titan said, oh my God.
Yeah, Titan.
not yet. Oh, he'll be like that influencer. He'll wait until he's 14.
This guy, bro.
Oh
Like,
my God.
yeah, this guy don't even look like that. I'm like, dude, what the hell? I don't know. It's crazy.
I'm not ready for the world to be this dumb.
Yeah. All right. Is overtraining better than undertraining for hypertrophy and health with a correct diet? Yeah, it's like when you break down a muscle.
Well, wait a minute. You just contradicted himself.
Right.
I don't understand the question.
Right.
Hypertrophy is the possibility of building muscle is what you're trying to do.
Right.
But then you're saying undertrain or overtrain.
Can you
So
just train?
can I
I
get
wouldn't
the
undertrain.
positive by overtrain or undertrain? My recommendation is undertrain. Always undertrain. No, but you'll guarantee recover. You'll guarantee to do something. And I think the problem with most people is most people overtrain. It doesn't take as much as you think it does to build muscle. So what is that already a study? Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Yeah. It's better to go under than it is over. Over, you're not recovering. You're running yourself into the ground. Now, that being said, I love training. So, Johnny, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, I think you should find a balance. I think you should go in there with some sort of game plan. I don't think undertraining or overtraining is going to be benefiting you in any way, shape, or form. Undertraining would be better than overtraining, obviously, but I just don't know too many people, unless they're like crazy, that overtrain. I see people that overtrain, but their overtraining means that they're going to go in and do arms one day, and the next day they're going to do arms again, and the third day they're going to do arms again. That would be overtraining to me, and like doing something like that. But as far as them going in there and like hitting it, I don't see too many people doing that. I don't. I really don't. Like, and the people I do see doing that, you could tell by their body. Like, these guys are serious in what they're doing. And the people that aren't, like, they're just going through the motions. And that's okay too. They're in there to get some exercise and get some activity, and they really don't care about anything else. That's cool. But if you really want it, then you're going to go in there with intensity. You're going to go train hard. And at that point, like, it's not going to be overtrained. Like, you should have some sort of game plan when you're going to go in there. Like I know for the newbies, I tell them like just to go in there and get something started, great. But once you got something started, like, all right, well, you're not going to do this forever and just keep flying by the seat of your pants. Like it gets boring. Like in life, like you live to a certain point. Like I'm 44. Like all right, I've done a lot of this stuff, and some of the stuff that I used to do back in the day is like boring to me, right? I don't want to do it. Like I just don't want to do it no more. So, or I want to figure out a better way to do things. And when I start figuring out a better way to do things, I start putting a plan together of what I'm going to do. And at that point, I feel more structured and I feel that I got more out of it if I do something like that because I don't feel like I missed anything or like, am I doing the right thing or not? It's studying to make sure that listen, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna do 3 sets of bench or I'm gonna do 3 sets of dumbbells and then I'm gonna do 3 sets of flies with cables. You have some sort of structure there, and I'm not a write down type of guy, but you can put it on your phone if you need to look at it and say, hey, listen, I need to do 3 sets of these at 3 sets, and I'll do 8 to 10 reps, per set. And that's it. I mean, I think if you have a game plan going in there, I think you'll be a lot better off. You can always get on one of Mike's training programs. He'll lay it out for you, and all you have to do is just follow and just go along with it. So I think that's a big benefit for people out there that don't know what they're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, just like Mike said, if you don't know what you're doing and you had a Lamborghini, does that mean you're going to go work on your Lamborghini because, hey, you feel like you're mechanically inclined? Hell no, because if you mess something up on that Lamborghini, it's going to be hard as hell and a lot of money to fix. So you're going to have somebody that's a specialist come and fix a Lamborghini probably. And it might cost you a lot more, but you know it's going to be done right. And at that point, you can have some sense of peace on that. It's just like training. And it's just like what we do in our business. I don't know how many people I talk to, there's a lot of people doing this or a lot of people that sell peptides or whatever it is. Like I had some big time jeweler, right? Big time. And he's complaining about the peptides and the costs. I'm like, bro, you're out ordering 3 months. He's like, it's $3,000. I'm like, well, you got 4 of the biggest things, right? At that point, he's like, well, this other guy down the street says he can sell it to me for like 600. I'm like, great. Where's it coming from? I want to know. Because is it apples to apples comparison? Hell no. And at that point, they're not going to be there for your support and telling you what to do and how to do it too as well. So, it's what you pay for is what you get. And then at that point, knowing what to do is great. But if you don't know what to do, you should find a specialist and go to them and be like, hey, listen, what do I do? Follow their game plan. That's what you're paying them to do too as well.
This is you again.
Where in the shoulder should you inject the Hercules potion? So in any muscle that you do, the best placement is always center of the muscle. How do you find the center of the muscle? Well, you flex the muscle. And if it's in the delt, it might be a little bit harder for you to flex. But this is the best thing for the delt. Usually with the delt, you're going to want to go 3 fingers, and you can feel a bone on top. 3 fingers down. And this would be in the center of my delt. Sorry, I'm trying to show you guys here. Center of the delt. So 3 fingers down, center of the delt. If you're going into your bicep or in the curve, it's obviously this is too low.
Pushing that arm in? Is he trying to make that arm look big? Johnny, you pushing that shit in there?
I'm not trying to.
Hey. What's that? What's the kid from Vegas? Huge.
9K.
9K. He's like, ah.
But listen, center the delt. If you're going down in the curvature or to the bicep, you're too low. Don't go too low. Don't go too high. Go center of the delt. But it really doesn't matter. It's going to get absorbed anywhere you do. Even if you didn't get it all in the muscle and it goes subcutaneous, it might be there for like a couple hours, whatever, but it will dissolve. It will absorb in the body and you'll get the full effect of it too as well. All right. I take lysine. Will there be any impact of me taking Hercules potion? Absolutely not. So lysine's in there. More lysine, actually, the better for you. Lysine's another great one for viral. And that's for anything viral, right? And that could be like herpes and stuff like that. That is the #1 treatment for it that's natural is lysine. And lysine's great for the immune system, boosts the immune system too as well. So this is a really, really good one to take. It's good to take by itself, and it's good to take with Hercules potion. Because remember, guys, as we're working out, we're breaking down the body. And that goes to the immune system too as well. That's where recovery is so key. You see some of these people where they'll work out and like I know some of these guys, right? And they go party. They'll go work out and then they'll stay up in the next 2 days and not get no sleep. And then they'll be sick as hell the third day. I'm like, dude, like their throat gets all sore. They have tonsils. They start getting the big white pus pockets in the back. Like your body, man, needs sleep. And if you don't get sleep after a couple of days, you're breaking down the immune system even more. So take care of yourself.
Couple more, Johnny.
Sure. What's the best way to do delts with a tear? Oh. BPC TB500.
Yeah.
That's gonna like bring down the inflammation. That would definitely probably help the best out of anything that we have here. I mean, listen, you're gonna feel some pain. I need a total shoulder replacement right shoulder. I still train. So at that point, like a tear, depending on what the tear is, I mean, you might want to get it fixed for sure. But I would definitely use the healing peptides. That might help. That might help with the repair, but I don't know how bad the tear is. So I'm not going to say it will, but it should definitely help with the inflammation and the movement of that area too. Neck training still a thing, or let it just grow with shoulders and neck workouts?
Man, I see a lot of martial artists and the guys at Gold's, wrestlers and stuff like that training them, but it's usually an athletic
Right.
body part. I think most people realize the bigger your neck gets, the bigger your traps and wider your shoulders have to get, you know. So like Goldberg, man, Goldberg during his wrestling days, man, had that neck, shoulder traps.
Yeah.
Very few people, and I agree with Arnold. My hand strength and healthiness to my forearms come from me holding 700-800 pounds, or the pull downs, or all that kind of stuff. That's where my healthiness comes from. I don't technically train my forearms because I don't want to have 20-inch forearms. I like big arms, but I don't like, the bigger your forearms have to be. Just think about your arms, how big they got to be.
Your biceps, yeah.
It's like, well, you got 20-inch forearms. Well, now you have to have 30-inch arms. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
So it's all proportionate. Can you train your neck when you're doing other stuff? I think that everything should be flexed and you get movement and be strong. But actually developing it to get bigger, if you like
don't want it that big. I mean, listen, if you want dress shirts, man, my neck's is 17 right now, 17 and a half or something. That's not good. It's hard as hell to get dress shirts like that fit you, that you can put a tie on them. You have to get something custom, or you have to go to like a big and tall store. Like once you start getting like that, the athletic bodies, like you got to start looking at, if you don't care, that's a whole different story. I know guys that get on programs with me, they're multimillionaires and they've got this flush, crazy wardrobe, and they tell me they want to get big. And I'm like, well, you're gonna have to get a reward. No, I don't care. Okay, no problem. And 3 months later, they're like, man, I had to get a tailor out here and do a whole new wardrobe. So
I train with a crazy guy named Tony Cavallari. He's a TV show right now, a new TV show called DMV.
Yeah.
And he trains neck every workout. He's a psycho. He's a psycho. But every workout, we'll finish up something. He goes, all right, I got to go train neck. And I'm like, I'm out. Have fun. He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, the gym's about having fun. If you want to build something, build it.
Yep. Are peptides hormones? Absolutely not. Peptides are not hormones at all. Peptides will not raise hormones like they will raise IGF-1 if it's a growth releasing hormone peptide. But as far as like raising testosterone or estrogen or anything like that, no, it's not going to do that. Peptides are naturally occurring to the body. All they are is amino acid sequences, and these amino acids are natural to the body too as well. So if you're looking for peptides they're great, and they are not hormones. So you're not going to do any hormone damage to the body or anything like that by taking peptides. The 3 most important lists for longevity. Dumbbell press, bicep curl. I don't know. I mean, the most important list for longevity. I mean, obviously, you want your movements, you want to be strong. So, me, it's going to be back, core, and I mean, legs. I mean, obviously, it's going to be in that bunch.
Yeah, I'd go squats or sumo deadlifts would be number 1. So full body range, Also stress to the body as you get older and older. Also a lot of good studies on that exercise if done correctly. I think hanging leg raises is another one that is essential. Again, I think it's hilarious. It's another one of those things 30 years later. Hey, you know what's a great exercise? Hanging leg raise. Again, we're not talking bodybuilding. We're talking life and to be able to move and athletic. So the squats is, you're hopefully going to be squatting and moving that position throughout your life. Hanging leg raises, again, another great one. And then some kind of rotation with the shoulders. Those would be three great ones.
Mm-hmm. All right. It says, hey, champ, rank these 1 through 3 in terms of importance for your body as you get into your late 40s, 50s, and 60s. Deadlifts, squats, bench press. I think he just said.
Yeah, squats.
Yeah, that's one for Mike.
Squats, deadlifts, and then something other than bench press.
Yeah.
Bench press is, yeah.
Too many people hurt themselves on bench.
It's just, it's such a short, it's a pussy move. Mm-hmm. It really is. It does very little for you compared to, I don't know, I'd go a seated row over a bench press for, you know.
For a lot of people, I always talk about core too, because most people have back problems. And the reason is most people have front problems. That means they have too much of a belly or too much weight on front, bringing them forward, or they have a loose core. And at that point, like, they're going to have back problems and injuries. I know a lot of people that lose a lot of weight and then they tighten up that core a little bit and that back problem goes away. It's strain, right? It's like anything else. And you put strain on the body in parts where it's not supposed to, or it's holding up. It's gonna start breaking down or having problems. All right.
Yeah, but that last one, don't ever say 40 is old.
Yeah, right.
It's not that bad. Holy shit.
I don't think 40 is old. I think you're starting to get there on that age of the 40s. Like, hey, listen, it's going to start separating people. You don't think 40 will start separating people?
Anybody and everybody, go do any basic study on strength. Your man strength is at 40.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's your pinnacle man strength. So that can't be a decline. That's your pinnacle. That's when you're a freaking monster.
I think that starts coming to play, Mike, a little bit differently now because guys have low testosterone. They're not treating it at 40.
Yeah, but that's only liberals. Don't worry, he'll edit that out. Leave that in.
Leave that in. That's okay. That's all right. Why does it hurt so much to inject tests into the thigh compared to, let's say, the shoulder? One, because there's a lot of nerve endings on the leg. I wouldn't inject in my legs if you paid me. I know I did a video, and this video goes out to every patient that does injections, and it shows them a leg injection I do. And it's great by theory because you're sitting down in a chair, you can look at it, the legs has nothing on it, and you just inject in the leg. But I'm telling you, like, if you inject and let's say you inject just a little bit subcutaneously, right? Now you're going to be sore in that leg and walking on that leg all day, and you're going to be limping, looking like a pirate, right? Instead of injecting the shoulder or even the glute at that point, it's a lot easier to go into in those compounds, and there's a lot less nerve endings, and it's just a lot easier to do. I don't know what to say. You're moving your arms a lot more too as well, so it is flowing, but if you inject your legs, you're going to have problems, most likely. I know some people that inject their legs have no problems, but it's one where I wouldn't recommend it to people. But if they want to do it in their legs, they're more than welcome to do it in their legs.
On that question on injections, do a lot of people besides the belly fat, do a lot go into the calf, shoot their peptides into the calf?
The only things that I know people shoot in their calves like that is Hercules Potion. I don't really talk to anybody else that shoots anything else in their calves because they're like, well, what's it going to do for me if I shoot in my calves? I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know what's going to happen if you inject your peptides in your calves. It's not going to kill you. I don't think it's going to hurt either. I mean, it's very minimal as far as that goes, as far as fluid that's going in there too, where Hercules Potion is going to, like, you know, it's going to ram in there, like all that blood. You're going to get that stimulation in there, so it's going to feel a little bit different. Peptides might be easier to do, and you might be able to do peptides in your legs because they're all water based. There's no oil. That's the other thing with testosterone. We're talking about oil based, right? So at that point, like, and if you're a virgin shooting a virgin muscle, like a leg, it probably is not going to be the best thing for you to do. It just isn't.
Go for it.
All right. Hey, Mike, was wondering how you would go about training the chest for someone with pectus advactum sunken chest. That's what it is. Sunken chest. Thank you. I've never met anybody with a sunken chest, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I train it just, I'd still do the incline
The same
dumbbell,
weight?
bar. I train it the same way just so it's healthy shoulders and healthy chest.
Yeah. I mean, I would do a lot of pec bench. I don't know if you can hurt yourself with a sunken chest or if that's just an abnormality, I guess, and just be able to train the exact same way. I don't know.
I just make sure the shoulders are good.
Yeah. How long?
He
I'm
asked
sorry.
this question when we were talking about Retatrutide.
Oh, how long should you take the product before taking a break? Well, you hit your goal weight. You can stop. You can microdose if you want to at that point, or you can stop. That's when you take it. You take your break. You don't need to take a break off it. It's something you could literally take every single day, or excuse me, every single week for the rest of your life. They even Wegovy just brought out these pills. This guy FDA approval, and they're out now. And these pills are made for patients who are on GLPs that want to do maintenance. And they take a pill every day. And the pill every day keeps them the exact same weight and keeps the insulin moving just like it should. And everything's, I guess, hunky-dory. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. We got one more for you, Johnny.
Yep. Appreciate the live streams. What are your top tips, products to keep your skin looking so healthy, aside from listening consistently in nutrition? GHKCU for sure. That is the number one thing I would say for skin. Biotin is another good one, I would say. And I mean, I guess a good skin routine too. I don't deal with that. Mike would probably give you a better skin routine than me, but I would say GHKCU for sure. Glutathione is a great one for the skin. Great for the skin. So, at that point, those are the two that I would recommend. And biotin, I think that, I mean, if you really want the hair health capsules that do hair, skin, and nails too, but those three I would think are the ones that I would put on top.
Yeah, I think you got it right too. That nutrition, obviously, there's some great things you can do nutrition wise. What Johnny said about peptide wise, and then the only thing I do and have since I was a pup is I'm a sunblock guy. But that's also not just protected the sun, but it's also heritage. So just to make sure I'm safe. Yeah. So.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, my man. Freaking absolute savage. And Jeffrey, why are you blocking people?
Because
Oh,
I have the power to.
because he has the power to. See,
Oh, he's got the power stick.
you are a dictator. Isn't that what he'd be called?
And
And, and we got more oil now, so good for us.
exactly.
We got oil. We got oil.
That's right.
Have a great day today, Johnny.
You too, bro. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, buddy. Always great. Always great. Good insight today, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go one more for the
You want a
fun.
couple?
Yeah, I think we got a little donation to the pups. Or am I incorrect?
We got this one, boom, boom, boom. We got this one. How to train legs effectively if you have lower back pain or sciatica. It can be especially challenging with deadlifts and squats.
Yeah, hopefully your gym has a decent leg press or a belt squat. Those would be two of the great exercises. Pre-exhaust, do your leg curls, leg extensions. Do a lot of hamstring work too. I think that's one of the main things that most people miss is they would rather just get in the squats and leg press extensions and bypass the hamstrings. I think the hamstrings is the most amazing longevity for staying healthy because it helps with the lower back, the glutes, but also just remember your hamstring is a huge ass muscle. So I would incorporate that bad boy in there. All right. Make sure those squats, if you do squats, or if you can at least get into that position to try to keep that range of motion, just so you have healthy knees, at least stretch. Oh yeah, great one Jeff's just talking about. If you don't have a belt squat, then do some safety bar squats. Set up a second bar, have a Hatfield bar or a safety bar, and then you can do squats that way. Takes a lot of pressure off the hips, knees, lower back. Jeffrey hit about 800 on that bad boy right now.
Well, like 3 years ago, I was hitting like 200.
And now we'll say it's 200.
How to squat heavily in the most optimal and safest way possible.
Well, it'd be all different ways again. You're going to want to move in different positions. You won't want to stay in one locked position for the next 20 years. Move your feet around. Make sure that you're utilizing the hips and hamstrings. But every once in a while, go back to a front squat. Go back to a high bar squat. So that's the best way. And heavy is, again, whatever rep range you're doing, you're still going as heavy as you can at that point. And just take your time with it. As Titan said to me the other day, slow down, take your time in it.
Is the reverse hyper beneficial in helping with those back issues from squats and deadlifts?
100%. We're going to do some of those today. We'll do some a little live here in about 30 minutes. We'll do some deadlifts. We'll show you how we're doing deadlifts, and then we'll do some hyper extensions along with some reverse hypers. How's that sound? Give me about a half an hour. Let me get a meal in, and we'll do this round 2 for today.